Well, I'm going to use the minute to finish reading. Mr. Olson said that he wouldn't have taconite tailings on the road unless they were certified safe. That certification has already been made in the western range materials. He doesn't seem to be able to distinguish between the different geological portions of the Iron Range. Larry Zinkle, who is the group leader, byproduct use and remediation materials division for the Center for Applied Research and Technology Development, Natural Resources Research Institute, University of Minnesota. You can contact him. His comment at the end of his analysis is, nothing we have seen in the analysis to date relative to taconite materials from the Western Range, which is all we deal with, suggests that they are unsuitable to use as aggregate. That analysis has already been done. Continuing work is being done.
I don't believe there was a question asked, but I think if you talk to the people who did the research, who reviewed the research done by R.J. Lee, there are a lot of people that say R.J. Lee is the pawn of international steel companies that are the ones who would profit from the spread of the taconite tailings on our streets and roads and bridges. But would you support a law that required a biological father be notified before a woman has an abortion, and parental notification required?
This goes to the issue that Bob has tried to use again as a kind of divisive issue in the campaign. And it goes to the kind of politics that he has decided to use in this endorsement race. And he knows the answer. He knows the position I've taken on this, and it's been consistent throughout. I have said that I would not do anything that undermines Roe, that I would not do anything that criminalizes the relationship between a woman and her doctor, that I have supported 5 different areas that I think can help reduce the numbers of abortions in this country. And they include better prevention and education. It is a terrible tragedy that so many of our teenage women and men are suffering from sexually transmitted diseases because the government has not given them good access to good information. 2, we need to support an economic safety net for women so that no woman is facing a pregnancy without some sense of economic security. 3, we need to make sure that there is guaranteed health care available for every pregnant woman. 4, we need to make sure that there is available and affordable daycare for every woman. And then 5, we need to make sure that there is funding for and support for early childhood education so that every child has an opportunity to grow up and thrive. And those are the things that I think we can do. And the result of those things, which are supported by people on both sides of the issue and respect the rights of women and the important issues that women face in dealing with this question, they are things that can help reduce the numbers of abortions in this country. And they are the things that I support. So to Bob's question, no, I would not support either of those issues. I've gone around the district and I've seen the tremendous turnouts of so many new people to our political process. People who are excited, who are hopeful, who believe that this could be the year with the wind at our back, that we could make a real difference, that we could start building a broad Democratic majority in the 6th district. And it is so disappointing to me that we are undermining the morale of those folks by this kind of a debate. When they are facing foreclosures and the loss of jobs, when they are facing the loss of their pension, we are here talking about whether or not I'm a lobbyist. This is a really disappointing turn. And I've decided that I'm just not going to participate in this question and answer because I think it's intended to be destructive to our chances in the fall. I'm going to let Bob ask all the questions. I'll try and answer them, and hopefully we can put all of this nonsense to rest.
It's very, very important that we demonstrate that when issues are important, they be addressed. And if Ellen refuses to answer the question, then that would be his choice. Question is, in Congress, Senator Patty Murray from Washington State introduced legislation prohibiting the sale of taconite tailings for use in our roads and streets and bridges. Due to the fact that these taconite tailings have been linked with mesothelioma and many other forms of cancer, would you support this bill?
As I've said, the University of Minnesota, who is now conducting additional research that was funded by the state legislature just recently, is doing ongoing testing, as is the Pollution Control Agency in Minnesota and the Health Department. Workers in the range are all or many of them are equipped with sensors to measure dust and the various components of the dust that they're breathing. There was a recent release about the testing that is ongoing and the research that's ongoing. And again, the West Range, and there's a very big difference between the geology of the West Range and the East Range. And the West Range has been certified time and time and time again as being free from these kind of issues. And as a matter of fact, taconite tailings have been used in road construction all over northern Minnesota for years and years. We need to make sure that it's safe. We need to do continued testing on the materials to do that. But as I said, the people who are charged at the University of Minnesota, and unless Bob wants to say that the University of Minnesota is not competent to be concerned about our health, the people at the University of Minnesota have said there is no reason that this material from the West Range cannot be used in road construction. Our job is to identify potential new markets for the use of this material as a recycled material to avoid the need to open new aggregate quarries in other parts of our state. This is using a material that is already on the ground, has already been produced, is up there in vast quantities, and makes it available as a resource to enhance and support the economy of the iron